just say I'm proud of our team. Huge win. Appreciate, you know, the effort and the toughness, the mental toughness and the heart that our guys, you know, displayed the other night in a very difficult situation. I mean, it's a tough place to play, and I just have a great appreciation for you know, how they competed. That was our first goal. Obviously, was to win the opener, and you know, we got that done. But for us to achieve the second goal, which is to win the division, we're going to have to improve a lot, and we will do that. We've got to improve in a lot of areas, and that's what it's all about. We've got to try to develop our team to get that second goal accomplished. But it's great to be home. That's the biggest thing I can say about this week. Tim Bray alerted me to that last week. We've played 5 games in a row away from Clemson, and I mean, that's a lot of games without playing a home game. I just didn't really think about it until he told me that last week. So, and the other thing I'm proud of our team is we've gone 4-1 in those games. You know, and you're talking about, you know, South Carolina, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Alabama, Auburn. You know, these are some great programs. So it's good to be back home. I cannot wait. That's what I told the staff this morning. I mean, it's just, man, I'm so excited to be in Death Valley and to open this place back up for business. I love watching everybody work and everybody doing their part to make this such an awesome venue, and putting the flags up and people cleaning the stadium and just getting everything ready. There's so much that goes into the game day experience, because it is an experience at Clemson. I mean, it's an experience, and for the people from the traffic control to the parking to just game day event management, it is a daunting task, so that everyone can do what they love to do, and that's come spend a weekend in Clemson with their family and with their friends, and see the Tigers play. So I'm just pumped up to get it going again. Troy is, they got 16, 17 starters back. Don't have a lot of seniors, but they got a lot of guys that have played a lot of ball coming back. And biggest thing I can tell you about Troy is this is a dangerous football team. And you know, a lot of you guys will sit there and say, well, that's coach speak. No, I'm telling you right now, if you just took, if they had, you know, Auburn across their chest, this bunch right here can play. Very impressed with how well coached they are. You know, I don't know Neil, Coach Brown, but I look forward to meeting him and telling him just that. I know it's his second year, but I'm just telling you now, this is a very buttoned-up football team. I mean, they are impressive in all areas. How they look, how they handle themselves. They're, again, well coached. They have a good scheme on both sides, and that they're committed to, and they know what they're doing. Offensively, this running back, we're going to have to put our big boy britches on to tackle this guy. He is a man. I mean, he's a 230-something pound back that looks like an NFL player. He is a big-time player. Played a couple quarterbacks last week. Both of them can throw it. They're good up front, veterans up front, a bunch of skilled guys at receiver. I'm telling you, this is a group that knows what they're doing. They went to App last year. I think we have an understanding of App State, who went 11-2 last year, and we all saw what just happened in Knoxville. But they go to App, and it's a 44-41 shootout. This bunch right here is going to beat a bunch of people this year. And so I got great respect for this team that we're getting ready to play. They're precise in what they do on offense, and so, you know, big challenge for our defense. Very big challenge. And then defensively, biggest thing that jumps out at them, they're physical. They've got good athletes, and they create a lot of turnovers. I think they were top 10 or something in creating turnovers last year. I think 5th in the country in defensive touchdowns last year. So they get their hands on a lot of balls. It's a much different scheme from what we saw last week as far as, You know, there was a lot of man coverage. These guys do a lot of different type of things from a zone standpoint, with some exotic stuff that you don't see all the time with some of the trap corners and different techniques that they play. So we'll have to really do a good job of being disciplined. You know, when people just line up playing man to man, well, the decisions get easy. All right, throw it to that guy and let's see if we can make a play. But when you're playing these zone teams that have people all over the place, you have to be very, very disciplined in your route running, very, very disciplined quarterback, and making sure that you're reading and keying the right things so that you can go through the proper progression. So this is going to be a big challenge for us offensively as well. But we're looking forward to it. I know y'all get tired of hearing me say it, but this is the biggest game of the year, and we are simply trying to get to 1-0. That's the mentality of our team, and just to grow our strengths, to improve our weaknesses, and just try to develop our group. That's really what we're trying to do. But look forward to being in the stadium with our home crowd. And man, I hope everybody will show up. I think Tim said there may be a few tickets left. I hope by the end of the week there's no tickets left, because we're going to need a great crowd, and we need to show up and be ready. I'm telling you, this team right here is going to be a handful. All right, and I remember very, very vividly in 2011 jogging off the field at halftime against this team, down 16-13, and everybody was booing, including my wife. All right, so and my mom and my mother-in-law. So I remember everybody. It was not a pretty sight. So and we need to get excited about getting in the Valley, and I think we've won 16 in a row here at home, and you know, our crowd deserves a lot of credit for that. So let's show up and do our part in that standpoint to support this team that has worked really, really hard, and they'll be excited. I promise you, they'll be excited to get back and play here at home. 5 games away. Everybody's looking forward to being in the Valley.